Hi friends, it's Claire from ScrappyNerdUK and welcome to just a layout that I've made. This is going to be not an official series but a little mini series that I've done myself, and this is based on not speed scrapping. I wouldn't say that is the theme, but this is based on being able to get a layout done fairly quickly by using a few simple principles. So grid layouts are one of my favourite things, one of my favourite go-tos for making a layout, but I don't like grid layouts. I don't like all of my grid layouts to look the same. So I'm going to share these principles with you, and I was inspired by using the cut apart sheets, and I'm using the Chanel Sparkle City collection, of course. Which is my absolute favourite at the moment. So I've gone ahead and cut apart some of the cut aparts, and I'm using this photograph from way back in 2009. I've said before, I've not been a scrapbooker for that long. Actually, come next month, I have been officially scrapbooking for 3 years, I think it's 3 years. So photographs from many years ago I have tons of, and so I have a lot of catching up to do and not a lot of album space, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do about that. So I have started to scrapbook between using traveller's notebooks and traditional 12x12 layouts for that reason, to try and combat the space issue, which I'm sure everybody also has the same concern. So I have used some of the cut aparts with the designs on, and some of the back of the cut aparts, so it's just the pattern paper, and they're cut down to 3x4 inches. And then my photograph I trimmed, it was already 4 inches high, and I just trimmed it to about 5 inches wide, I think it is. So I just used another offcut of the paper from the collection to back my photo. I was going to put it straight onto that white cardstock, but it just needed a little pop of something, and that purple colour did the trick. And then I'm just using my T-square ruler to line that all up. I get asked quite a lot about my T-square ruler. Where do I get it from? I've actually set up an Amazon shopfront, and it is linked down below if you wanted to go over. In my Amazon shopfront, there are quite a few products of which I own. Everything in there is I own and recommend. So if you want to know my go-tos, if it's on Amazon, then it's linked below for you. So I'm just lining these up. So with my photograph being obviously wider than the 3x4, this is where the design element of using a grid style layout, but changing it up a bit by using different sized elements. So this isn't going to be true grid, but using the grid design principle. That's the word I was looking for. Using the grid principle, I end up with a design that I'm happy with. So that little camera strip there was as well off of one of the cut apart sheets, of which I think there's 2 in this collection. I know there's 2 in the loose 12x12 sheets. I'm not sure if there's another one in the project pad, but that bit there that I'm just cutting out, again that's come off of one of the little 3x4 cards. And again, to help give my layout some dimension, because it's all very flat at the moment, I've added some foam behind the 2 cut aparts on the top row on the left and the right, and then that give it your all I've cut out from another one of the cut aparts is has also been popped up on some foam. And then to work on my title, so I was going to use just these words, go big, but I do decide to come in with some other alphas in a second. and my full title is going to be Go Big or Go Home. So this photograph was taken, I don't even think I'm in it. I think I took the photograph back before we mastered the selfie, that was. And this was taken back on New Year's Eve in 2019. No, 2009. We haven't had New Year's Eve 2019 yet. Back in New Year's Eve 2009, we'd bought our house 2 years prior to that, and this was our first New Year's Eve party. And we had a whole load of friends all crash round as well, squeezed everybody in. I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of us and a dog. So we didn't have our dogs at the time then either. So I think there was 10 of us and a dog in a 3-bedroom house. So we all managed, and we got absolutely drunk. We got very merry, and there's some really good memories of this night, singing Postman Pat at the top of our lungs at 3 o'clock in the morning in the front garden. I have no idea why. I think we were reminiscing about old TV programs that were on when we were younger. And so there's quite a few memories that I want to sort of capture and remember, really. So this is just one of the photos, and this is the group photo that we had done, but I'm not in it. As a scrapbooker now, I'm more prolific in making sure, or more prolific in selfies, and also ensuring that I am in photos more often, because there's no good me being behind the camera. I need to be in front of it as well. So I added in there the Pink Fresh Studio Puffy Alphas, which again are one of my favourites, and that completed the rest of my title. And then I added that puffy purple arrow just to fill up that dead space in on that card. So what I do on a grid style layout, I don't like it to be completely contained within within the boxes. So I do make sure that I have some elements that come outside as well, because I don't want the big spaces of white. So you'll see what I do as I go along. So I'm just adding in some of these holographic stickers to help move that holographic element of those of the title around the page as well. So this one here says "Love This," and I think I'll go back in afterwards and add some staples in, but I'd run out of staples in my stapler at the time. So just going through all of this here is from the Chanel Sparkle City collection, which, as I said, is one of my absolute favourites at the moment. So this little sticker here, I'm just popping that up on some foam as well to give that some dimension, and that helps to give put shadows, give you some shadows behind the elements that are lifted. And then I'm going to use this word funny. That helps bring that blue colour down to the bottom right as well. And you can see there I've overlapped that from the cut apart onto the cardstock as well, because as I said, I don't want it to be absolutely square and uniform. I want some elements coming outside of those boxes. So to help with that, I added in the foam stars from the thickers sheet as well. So next, I've left myself this space here for some journaling. I'm trying really hard to journal as much as I can in my layouts, especially when there's a specific story to be told. There are still layouts that I still don't include journaling on. It might just be a photograph of nothing really important, and those are the sort of ones that I'm trying to add into my traveller's notebooks to cut down on space. So final thing here then, from the stamps, I'm just using this little design element to add in some more black to help with the moving the black around the page as well, because I've obviously used black on the journaling. And then I decided to add in some more. Oh yeah, I use this. This was another thing as well. So this stamp here, if I can actually get it on the block correctly, this stamp here says "Don't forget," and I think it is designed for planners, but it can also be used on scrapbook pages as well, so especially where the journaling is. And then I think on the final thing here, I do add in the little star, because I've got the star theme going on. I'm just going to add in some black stars around the page as well, in the existing clusters around there. And oh, and another one. I think that's the stars done. And then the last thing I do is add a date. So again, something I'm trying to do more often is making sure that my layouts are dated, so I know when the photographs were taken. And this is it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all really soon for another video.